of what Kati will say, what can you say after this chronic?
Yeah, from what Kati just mentioned, she has elaborated more on the relevance of domestic workers in our society. But you can bear with me that many unscrupulous individuals in our society have taken advantages of many of these domestic workers. Some have been pitifully reduced to zero. Some has been, some of them are really finding it uneasy. Like what Kati just said, for the, her research, what she did, you will realize that 3/4 of these domestic workers are young girls, are women from the ages of 15, some below. And our worry and our cry is not only on those that we go to the local or the IDP, like she said, who have been displaced due to the crisis in the northwest and southwest of our country, but you will find that some individuals they have turned their own relative into modern slavery in the form of domestic workers. And we want the society, we are calling on the society to put conscience first in everything we do. We are all human, and I believe when we trust God and you treat those children, those domestic workers, as your own children at home, then the society will be okay. And we now, as our association, Universal Maidens Association Cameroon, that I happen to be the chief executive officer, our cry is that people of good faith, Cameroonians of good faith, should come on board and see that the law the government of Cameroon has put in place should be revisited. They should revisit the law and make it to be practiced. We should practice it. It is not just on papers. And if the government can still do other amendment, and we are calling on the lawmakers of the country, more especially the parliamentarians, to revisit the law for these domestic servants. The children are actually suffering. We all know that the weaker sex in our society are the women. And 3/4 of these domestic servants who are the vulnerable are young girls and women. She mentioned of sexual violence. It is common. Some men, after employing these domestic workers, tend them to be their sex partners. Some don't respect the contract. And by so doing, Unimark cannot do without the collaboration of the government, civil society, journalists like you here, to create the awareness, because we are creating the awareness. We are educating Cameroonians.
Of course.
We are sensitizing the Cameroonians that those with goodwill, those who have consciences, should come on board so that they can contribute for the betterness. These children or these domestic workers should live in a secured society, and their dignity should be respected. There should be freedom of law in case of any violation of their contract. The law should hold their employers responsible. So that is why we are calling on everybody, not only members of Universal Maidens Association, because it affects the entire world. And we said we must begin with our own nation, Cameroon.
Mr. Ami, please, now I want to talk based on my own experience with these meetings, right?
most of the times when you take some of them, they don't respect their contract. Like you take a child, you sign a contract with this child for 1 year. After 1 year, after she might have collected her money for like 6 months, she'll tell you that I want to go to school, or she'll start bringing up some kind of fake stories. Are you not comfortable in this house? No, I'm okay, but I feel like I have to do this or I have to do that. Oh, my mom is that, my blah blah blah. Those are the stories they do. Now, as a president of an association that governs meetings, how do you come in such a situation?
Now, one of our objectives of our association